Hi, Jill Erickson here with Art Jewelry Magazine. I'm going to show you how to torch fire metal clay. I'm going to show you how to torch fire a piece of dry metal clay. And metal clay must be completely dry before you torch fire or kiln fire it. To learn how to test whether your clay is dry, visit artjewelrymag.com to watch that video. Set up your torch firing station in a well-ventilated area. Place your metal clay item on a fire brick. And make sure that you read the manufacturer's instructions before you use your torch. As far as the size of a piece that you can torch fire, there are a few constraints. You can fire a piece that's up to 25 grams, and there is a specific firing schedule for pieces dependent on their weight and size. You shouldn't fire a piece that's larger than 1 1/4 inches in diameter or thicker than 2 millimeters, which is about 6 playing cards thick. So within those parameters, you can use a handheld butane torch to fire your piece. This piece I weighed is about 3 grams. We'll be posting a torch firing schedule at the end of the video, but with that weight of a piece and the size, I'll need to hold the firing on that item for about a minute. So do watch the video till the end to learn about firing schedules for torch firing. You've probably noticed that I've dimmed the lights a little bit. That's very helpful when you're torch firing. It helps you discern the color of the piece as it begins to glow a sort of glowy peach color. That'll let you know that you're ready to start holding the firing time. So firing in low light is helpful. And do note that when you first start to fire the piece, and within a few seconds or so, organic binders will burn off, and that's to be expected and normal and not harmful. Those will smoke, maybe flame up a little bit. You continue to fire the piece until it's fully sintered. I just want you to watch for that before I start to fire. So I'm going to get my flame going, and I'm going to be moving it around the piece in a circular motion. Don't want to rest it in any one place for too long, or I could melt the surface. Some clay artists like to turn the good side or front of their piece face down so that they don't risk over or melting the front of their piece. I'm going to leave mine face up. I feel pretty brave today. So let's get the flame going. And you can use a button on your torch for hands-free. And I'm going to start circling that flame, keeping it about 2 inches or so from my metal clay and at about a 45-degree angle, slowly keeping it moving very much around the perimeter of the piece. And it looks like we're starting to get that binder burning off. Do you see that smoking? Yeah, there, a little flash. That's all to be expected. That binder's going to burn off completely. And I'm going to try to bring that piece up to a bit of a peachy glow. Backing off a little bit. You may be starting to see that. Now the piece is curling a little bit. I'm going to back off a little bit. But it is starting that peachy glow. So I'm going to watch my second hand on my wristwatch nearby and start timing for about a minute. And it's possible for me to straighten this piece once it's sintered. But I've got that peach color going. You want to make sure the piece is completely sintered, or you'll end up with a brittle, weak piece. Keeping the torch moving, don't want to settle it on any one area for too long. Watching my sweep second hand here. Now you can see why you want to make sure you're using a fully fueled torch. You do not want to run out. And you don't have to worry about over firing a piece. If you fire it for too long as you're not melting its surface, you're not harming your piece at all. I'm going to stop my flame and let that cool. I'm going to let that air cool. That will be quite hot for a while. And here we've brought the lights up and you can see that whitened surface on the metal. You're ready now to let that cool off completely, and then you can quench it and burnish and polish it. You can see how to do that in another of our videos on artjewelrymag.com.